Before we get started, I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders of great millstone of well. Peace and salutation, all the Akim pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. And this your brother Tazma Deborah coming back through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And through the spirit, wanting to do a real brief World War III update. We're seeing the tensions take place here and around the world. As far as concerning this World War III that's about to start being pushed and shoved down your throat, just like the Ukraine and Russia, which is going to, all these things is nothing but proxy wars is going to lead to a real war. But before we get started with this video, I want to grab a real brief scripture. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 8 and verse 13. And beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of the heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe. And that represents World War I, World War II, and World War III. And woe means destruction. It says, to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voice of the trumpet of the third angels, which are yet to sound. So, man, we're in that time where this third world war is going to start escalating. And we can clearly see that something's up with over here in Babylon the Great with these so-called flying objects and satellite balloons and things that's going on with China and Russia. All these things are leading to World War III over there, even over there with Iran, man. They're preparing and doing joint drills because they're preparing to go against Iran. But who's backing Iran? Russia. So with that, we're going to jump straight into it. And this is Canada's prepper.
Canadian Prepper here. Let's talk about what the heck is going on. I assure you, if you stick with me for 10 minutes, you're going to hear perspective that you're not going to hear anywhere else with respect to what is going on with NORAD. Now, I would bet the house on this explanation. I am so confident in this explanation that I would bet the house that this is, what I'm about to tell you, exactly what they are up to. Okay, and if you came here for dragons and to chase red herrings down rabbit holes, then you came to the wrong place, because I'm not playing that alien UFO trapezoidal.
Because nobody's believing that shit, man. Nobody's believing that you shot down so-called UFOs, which we know through the scriptures are the chariots of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. It's impossible. Nobody's believing it. The only thing we can say that Esau Edom might do is he might do a fake alien invasion with his Project Blue Beam, which I kind of went into yesterday, because it's basically just nothing but distractions that he's using to manipulate the minds of the people, because he wants to basically hurry up and push out this so-called urgency of war is in the air. So he's gradually warning the people, but he's basically giving you, like he said, a goose chase, trying to say it could be aliens, could be Russia, China, we don't know, but we have to prepare ourselves. That's what they're doing, man. That's what he's going into.
Zero propulsion, whatever the heck they're trying to shove down our throats. I'm not playing that game. Here is the reason why this has been at the forefront of the media for the past 8 days. Are you ready? Okay, it's incredibly simple. If you haven't realized it yet, we are on the brink of a world war, and the United States has done very little up until this point to prepare NORAD for this possibility. So what they are trying to do is increase the baseline level of combat readiness of NORAD under the guise of chasing UFOs. And they're making all these tacit references to, well, it might be aliens. And even the general of NORAD came out today and he says, well, you know, I can't rule out aliens. Reporter distinctly asked him, do you think this is aliens? He's like, well, I can't rule it out. They know exactly what they're trying to do. Okay, it's called a wild goose chase, and they're trying to send you on one. I would encourage you not to let your brain fall out when overanalyzing this situation. It's very, very simple what is going on right now, in my personal opinion. We are in a escalating major geopolitical crisis as a result of the Ukrainian war and many other hotspots around the planet, and as such, NORAD needs to increase its baseline level of combat readiness. They need people to be normalized and adapted to seeing more planes in the sky, more military exercises and just military activity.
And so that's when you're gonna start seeing these jets flying through the skies. A lot of things happening. You best believe it that he's gonna be doing some type of major event where you might see a pocket nuke. You might see something take place in one of these major cities when he's gonna try to blame it on Russia, China, so-called UFOs. Who knows? But we know through the spirit that Esau Edom time is short, man. Because we can clearly see that war is in the air, man. And this is off. This is a real brief article. It says the U.S. and Israel kick off joint massive war games aimed at Iran tensions. Because what happened a couple weeks ago, them 48ers, they bombed and shot some rockets over there in Iran, man. So what are they getting ready for? They're getting ready for World War III, because we know with Iran and Israel, this is one of the major prophecies that's going to lead to all this war breaking loose, man. And we can see that, man. They're already preparing, doing joint drills. But Russia, Iran, and China and these other countries, they already been doing joint drills, man. It's called a group of friends. Look it up. They've been doing joint drills for years, getting prepared because they know they're going to be fighting against these so-called 1948ers in the U.S. And that's going to draw the U.S. into this war real quick. This Jeremiah 49. In verse 20, Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that had he spoken against Edom. And Edom is who? The so-called white people, the red Hebrew Edomites. And his purpose that he had proposed against the inhabitants of Teman, the so-called your wise ones, the Germans, and the ones that's behind a lot of these things with the Operation Paperclip, when they got a bunch of these so-called Nazi scientists over in America and in Russia, they split it. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And that's what you see, man. The least of the flock, the 1948ers, is drawing who out? America, Babylon the Great, Mystery Babylon. It's drawing it out to what? This war. And it says, surely, let's jump back down. It says, surely he shall make his habitation desolate with them, because they're going to get destroyed, man. The Most High is going to put the spirit on all these nations to shoot the nukes over here and destroy this place and the land of Israel, because these lands need to be cleansed. And America is just going to be destroyed off the face of the earth, man. And I'm talking about earth, the world, as far as the eon, the age. And Esau and Edom, as far as over in the land of Israel, is going to be cleansed up. And we can see it happening, man, because this war is getting brewed up through the spirit. Let me see. And this is Fox News. It says Americans told to leave Russia immediately or face false arrest. U.S. warns, because they can clearly see that something is coming down the pipe, man. They can clearly see that this war is about to brew up. Let's get this real quick. This Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. It says, "And lest your heart faint, and ye fear of the rumor that shall be heard in the land. A rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that another year shall come a rumor." And that's what you've been hearing, how Russia and America is preparing to go to war against each other, man. Because you can gradually see that with America basically giving all arms to Ukraine to help fight against the Russians. But now you're seeing the tensions drawing more and more closer, man. As far as the tensions with backing Iran, because the Russians going to back Iran. And as far as the tensions of the Russian backing the Moabites over there in China, with the tensions over there in China and Taiwan, and then the tensions with the Ukraine and Russia. So, hey, man, Russia's ready, man. They're ready, but America has to prepare their citizens for what's about to take place, man. This is why you can see the economy crashing. All these various things is happening simultaneously, even while the CBDC is pushing the charagma right in your face. And it says, in another year shall come a rumor and violence in the land, rule against ruler. And this is what you're about to see, man. You're about to see full-fledged out war here in these latter days. Look at that. Look at that. Chinese jets enter Taiwan airspace during ongoing spy balloon tensions with U.S. So this is what you're going to constantly keep seeing here in these up in weeks to come. It's constant tensions, constantly hearing planes flying over your head and hovering over you, man, because they're preparing war. This is what they're doing. They're preparing you gradually for what's to come, man, because nothing good is coming to America. Nothing good. Let's watch a little more for you.
In general, without panicking and spooking the markets, because the Fed's already walking a tightrope with inflation. They don't want to do anything which could make inflation worse, which could potentially crash the economy, which could cause bank runs. A lot of this is to do with just keeping everybody from losing their shit, okay? So, and I'm not telling you to lose your shit over this. I'm just telling you this is probably, in my personal opinion, one of the most rational explanations, because many people have criticized the DEFCON posture, or at least the openly stated level of readiness and concern that the Biden...
Because the sound of war is in the land real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 19. My bowels, I am pain at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because I has heard, O my soul, the sound of trumpet, the alarm of war. And that's what's coming. That's what's coming down the pipe. Like he said, they don't want the people to bug the fuck out. They want to keep the people in this docile state of constantly celebrating these wicked ass holidays. You just had fucking Valentine's coming up tomorrow. You got these bugged out people going out and buying all this meaningless shit, not knowing that this devil's about to come down with great wrath, man. And this verse 20, it says, destruction upon destruction is cried. For the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled and my curtains in a moment. And that's what's coming, man. This thing is going to catch a lot of people unaware, because nobody's focused on the prophecies but the men of the Lord. The men of the Lord are locked in, and we can clearly see through the eye salve, through the oil of the Spirit of your Lord, that this thing is about to start getting worse and worse. This is going to start brewing up more and more, man. Yeah, you're going to start seeing it. You're going to start seeing about joint drills on the news, and how the news is talking about, oh, they're going to be doing a drill over here today in this county. They're going to be doing a drill in this thing, because they're making it ready. They're preparing to go to war, and they want to normalize it for the minds of the people, because the minds of the people are sheep. They have to be told on TV to prepare, instead of not knowing that everything is going around them and all these things as far as these other countries is leading to war. So the media has to tell them and make them ready, man. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we have the Spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah that's getting us prepared for what's coming down the pipe, man. It's about to get turned up, man. It's about to get turned up in these last days, man. This is why we have to stay on our watchtower and pray that we're found worthy to escape all these things. Because what's coming down the pipe, man, hey, it's gonna be all. It's gonna be the all be all in. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of warriors was confused noise and garments rolled in blood. And that's the ancient way of fighting. And he said, but this shall be burning in fuel of fire. And that's what's coming. ICBM missiles, man. The Third World War, man. That's what's coming upon the land. And they're making themselves ready. So what them doing that, they're going to start doing all these joint drills. You might even have these false flags taking place. So these people are really be bugging the fuck out and scared. Because like you said, he don't want the people to bug out right now. Then you can have bank runs and the economy going to crash like that. They want to keep the people at bay, keep them compliant to what's going on, man. That's what they're doing, man. They're gradually keeping the people compliant until when this shit really hit, man. These other countries like China, Russia, they already making their citizens ready, man. They're preparing them, man. They're preparing them for what's about to come. But over here in Babylon the Great, they're not preparing these Babylonians, man. They're not prepared for what's to come. The only ones who prepare what's to come are the men of the Lord that stand upon that watchtower that's praying, man. Let's get one more. I'm not closing. Like I said, I wasn't gonna make this long, but we can clearly see that war is in the air. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So which us as the men of the Lord, our job is to watch. And we have to watch and pray always and pray the Lord find us worthy to stand before the beloved Son of Yahweh Shah. We're praying to be found worthy to stand before Yahweh Shah, because we understand that he's controlling all these various things that you see take place, man. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord, and he turned the world so he will. So the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of man. He's doing these things quiet because he's ushering in the return of Yahweh Shah. But before the return of Yahweh Shah, you're gonna have all chaos and anarchy break loose, man. It's gonna be bad, man. Just like if you read in Matthew the 24th chapter, it gave you the signs of the tokens of the return of Yahweh Shah, and we clearly in those times, man. We clearly in the times, man. So you're gonna see a lot of things start being turned up. This war, this DEFCON 3, all these various things are gonna start making it known to the masses of the people that we're in a time of war. And then when they do that, you're really gonna see the people bug the fuck out and start having bank runs, buying up all the food and things like that. But it's really gonna be too late, man, because the refuge and the covering that you need is with Yahweh Shem Shah. And we're talking about you Negro, Latino, Native American, and Spanish, which make us the 12 patriarchs of the nation of Israel. We're not talking about any heathen nations. We're talking about the nation of Israel and the confusion of face, the ones that look like other nations that had the spirit of an Israelite. This is the time that you need to be getting right, because you clearly see that nothing's good coming to America, man. Let's play a little bit and we'll close it out.
Administration. I hate saying Biden administration because I do believe that this extends well beyond the front man, whoever they put in front of us. I think that I don't even like using the term deep state because it's been so politicized. Let's just say the military, industrial, I don't even want to call it complex, because there's so many associations that come into play. But the powers that be, we're just going to leave it at that, are preparing for a major global crisis. And they can only do that without spooking the population by getting everybody think, oh, we're just putting all these planes up in the sky and doing these military exercises around Washington, D.C. tonight, just so that, we can make sure that there's no aliens and trapezoidal-shaped balloons, or whatever the heck they're talking about, okay? So they don't want to spook people. They want to keep some mystery around it instead of getting people to realize what is actually going on here. And NORAD has actually given a notice recently that they're doing an air defense exercise around Washington tomorrow night. Is it Monday or tomorrow night? They're doing the defense exercise around Washington. And this was actually announced on the 8th. So this was actually announced last week, but it would have been announced.
See, you got to make yourself ready, man. Hey, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Shah, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honor to my apostle, elders, great mills on the root well. Peace and salutation to all the occupation is true, and all righteousness and sincerity. Shalom. Karam Yasharallah and Abba Babal.